Cutting-edge technology is advancing at incredible speed, and by the time you've watched this, new life-changing devices or software will have been approved for mass manufacturing straight into the hands of consumers. The two major technological brands in head-to-head competition are household names, Apple and Microsoft. But which company is winning the business war in innovation, sales, and popularity? It all began with two best friends named Bill Gates and Paul Allen, who started a computer company in 1972 with the Trafo data, a machine that analyzed traffic information. Gates and Allen came up with the name Microsoft in 1975, short for microcomputer software. Their company would soon make deals with Japan, bringing the company to the international stage as they settled their headquarters in Bellevue, Washington in 1979. Apple was founded in 1976 by three guys, Steve Jobs, Ronald Wayne, and Steve Wozniak in Los Altos, California, and they started to sell Wozniak's creation, the Apple I personal computer. In 1977, they released the Apple II, which was instantly popular and a huge financial success. Both companies grew exponentially during the 1980s. Microsoft struck a deal with IBM in 1980 and came up with MS-DOS, which dominated software for PCs. Paul Allen would resign in 1983 from Hodgkin's disease, only 2 years before a revolutionary breakthrough. Meanwhile, Macintosh had a television advertising campaign directed by Ridley Scott, the guy who directed Alien, which was based on George Orwell's novel 1984, and it changed the public's perception of computers in general. The cost of Apple's products were what was holding them back at the time, and in 1985, both Steves left the company, with Wozniak out and Steve Jobs marching forward under a company called Next. On November 20th, 1985, a graphical extension of MS-DOS was launched. They called it Microsoft Windows, and it was the first addition to a long-running package of software which is still used today. If you owned Microsoft stock in 1986, you're too rich to be listening to this, and the company went public, creating 4 billionaires and an estimated 12,000 millionaires from their employees who were smart or lucky enough to buy in. Apple was getting crushed in the meantime due to Microsoft's Intel PCs, which had started offering programs like Microsoft Office, Word, and Excel as far back as 1990. While Microsoft became the only show in town, it became evident that a change was needed, and Steve Jobs was hired back in 1997, which revitalized the company. He launched the iMac and iPod while opening up a new chain of Apple stores in 2001. That same year, Microsoft was busy with the release of a little product called the Xbox, which featured a Pentium 3 processor, which was identical to the product in their computers, but targeted the gaming crowds to massive success. Legal issues for Microsoft owning a monopoly on certain aspects of technology have cropped up since then, not that they'll ever feel the lawyer fees. Apple products answered back in 2007 with the release of the massively popular iPhone, which have released a new version every year, give and take, since then. The world was rocked to its floppy disks when Steve Jobs died after a battle with cancer in 2011 at 56 years old. Bill Gates relinquished control as chief executive of Microsoft in the year 2000 and left the board of directors in 2020. In August of 2018, Apple became the first publicly traded U.S. company valued at over $1 trillion. At this time, Microsoft is currently valued at $2 trillion of market value, second only to Apple.